Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, you early birds. It is 1:43 a.m. on Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. Guys, I barely have a voice, so bear with me. I have to get this out. Let's do the blessing. Let's do the blessing, dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides. Give us a blessing for this Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. We get the blessing of meditation. Your window of perception is cleansed, and for a moment, you see life as it truly is, infinite and eternal. Meditation will help you rise above any situation and event and see things clearly. What usually seems chaotic and disorderly can seem the opposite. Know there is divine order in your life. Namaste. Guys, let me read this one more time. And forgive me, guys. I'm hoping my voice lasts through this cast. The blessing of meditation. Your window of perception is cleansed, and for a moment you see life as it truly is, infinite and eternal. Meditation will help you rise above any situation and event and see things clearly. What usually seems chaotic and disorderly can seem the opposite. Know there is divine order in your life. Namaste. All right, first things first, the Democrats have a 51-49 majority in the Senate. Like I said, Raphael Warnock won, defeated Herschel No Neck Walker for the Senate seat. This race is finally over. Finally over, guys. And this has to show us that we cannot rest on our laurels whatsoever. 2024 is going to be a fight like no other. This election season, with us losing the House by such a slim margin, shows us that we have work to do. But it is work that we can do. Guys, we are fighting against the stream. And we're winning, okay? We're winning. So don't look at anything as a loss. We have not lost. Everything that the Republicans thought they were going to achieve, they have failed at. Everything. All right, so let's get into it because it's going to be a good reading. My first question is from Beautiful Girl. Beautiful Girl would like to know, why are white women having fewer babies? Because the earth is overpopulated. Period. Women are having fewer babies. Women in general, not just white women. Women in general are having fewer babies. Why? The number one reason is the state of our world. Most people do not want to bring a child into this unstable environment, unstable economy. War, terrorism, hatred. That is one reason why birth rates are low. The other reason why birth rates are low is because there are 8 billion people on this planet. There are too many people on this planet. So try as the Republicans may on this forced birth, nature will do what nature always does, and that is regulate, just like it does in the animal population. It will in the human population as well. But Beautiful Girl, white women are having fewer babies because fewer women are willing to bring children willingly. into this environment, unstable. You can't even depend on your child being fed after it's born. You can't depend on health care for your child while you're pregnant with it. So all these rules about forcing women to have babies, and then the reality of what a woman has to give up, what she has to lay down forever and ever on man just to bring a child into this world, is why there are fewer babies. Okay? So, and it's not going to change anytime soon. My next question, were any Democrats, we're getting to the end of this, guys, were any Democrats involved in January 6th at all? And I'm talking about congressmen and senators and high-valued political beings. Were any Democrats involved in January 6th? My cards are upside down. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, government officials were involved in January 6th. Let me pull them all. Okay, guys. All right. So here we go. Here's our answer. Yes, there were some Democrats who were involved in the planning and actualization of January 6th. We know this. Okay? We know this. Okay, so the question is, what's going to happen to them? So, guys, just like the other guys who will be gone after, the suits, because we see all the boots are getting prosecuted. But still, none of the suits have been prosecuted. That is going to change, guys. Understand, and I have to say this, because what is about to happen with this January 6th committee, where they want to press charges, there's enough evidence to go after these people for crimes against the United States, crimes against humanity, crimes that were committed in broad daylight. Do not worry, guys. What all this that we were forced to sit through, the January 6th committee, is going to pay dividends. It is going to pay dividends. This is going to be referred. Guys, people like McConnell, like McCarthy, like Jordan are going to have the spotlight fully on their heads very shortly. And there's not going to be any place for them to run. Guys, prepare. Some senators and some congressmen are about to lose their positions. I don't know when this is going to happen, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen during Biden's term. Okay? These traitors who have been allowed to sit in office for a year after an insurrection that they were directly involved in, have been traipsing across the country, spreading lies, hate, and discontent, will face their due. They will face their due. And I wish I had a voice, because I really want to sing 1, 2, Muller's coming for you. But it's not even Muller. This is Merrick. 3, 4, better lock your door. This special counsel was to give Merrick Garland some cover so that this does not look like a political hit job. Jack Smith is about to take 45 out at the knees. And then that opens the door and lays the groundwork to go after all of the criminal, bought and paid for politicians, because that's what they are. McConnell was bought and paid for. Jim Jordan, bought and paid for. Judge Thomas, bought and paid for. Judge Alito, bought and paid for. We're going to see the culmination of a whole bunch of hard work and what looked like some sneaky, underhanded stuff. But we're going to understand, as mad as we are with how long it has taken anything to get done, when this rock, this boulder, starts rolling down the hill, decapitating people, we will understand that it was well worth the wait. All right. My next question is from Renee P. Renee wants to know, will Abbott and death sentence be convicted of any crime? Will Abbott and death sentence be convicted of any crime? Will Abbott and death sentence be convicted of any crime? Oh, 2 jumped out, and the second one is a yes. And guys, this is consistent. The end is coming for both of these guys. Yes, we got 2 ends here. All right. First card is the 10 of Pentacles. This is going to cost them money. This is going to cost them money, but it's also going to cost somebody some freedom. Here's the answer. Yes. Abbott, both of them are already under criminal indictment, under criminal investigation. The indictments just haven't come yet. Understand. Do not worry. Don't fear. These bad guys, even though they are running around committing crimes in broad daylight, spitting in the face of justice, because they think that they're going to pull a rabbit out of their hat. Guys, the wheels of justice move slowly, but the wheels of justice move surely. And right now, they are still holding. Do not put it in your mind that Abbott and death sentence are going to get away with the crimes against humanity, the federal kidnapping crimes, human trafficking crimes that they have committed. Be patient. Be patient. That is all we have to do. Don't be anxious. Don't be afraid. Okay? Be patient and believe. This is what is the most important, guys, that we believe that justice will prevail. We must hold that belief. We must, because when we hold that belief, we can help justice to come to those who so very much deserve it. Fear takes us out of our blessings. If we're afraid, we stop things from happening. We slow things down. When we are sure, we speed them up. So be sure that justice will prevail. Don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid. And even if you are, inhale, swallow, put on your poker face, and don't let nobody see you sweat. Stand tall. Stand tall. Fear is death. And even if you are afraid, you cannot show it, because then others will take advantage of you. Practice your poker face, guys. Practice being still. That's what we need right now. And practice speaking the truth at every intersection. All right, next question is from Laura I. The XBB COVID variant. What should we be concerned about this? Oh my God, guys. Whatever this is that I contracted has got to be the most horrible infection I have ever had in my life. I don't think I have COVID, but I don't know. All I can say is, as quickly as this infection took over my entire life, the person who gave it to me on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday. By Saturday, by Friday, I had a fever. On Sunday, I had lost my voice and couldn't even get out of bed hardly. And now I've got my voice back, but this is because I have been doing every remedy that I know on myself. I have been my own crash test dummy for some herbal magic. And guys, I did this for myself. I could not speak on Sunday. I'm speaking to y'all today. All right. So Laura, I would like to know, what do we need to worry about with this XBB COVID variant? The first thing I must say is, if you are not vaccinated, please get vaccinated. And if you are not averse to wearing your mask in public, wear your mask in public. There is this triple threat, which is COVID, the flu, and RSV, wrapped up into one cherry bomb, is going to be devastating. Already is. Guys, this is not the time to get sick. I'm telling you. I've been asking you guys to prepare, and I forgot to tell you to prepare for sickness. I go into the supermarket to get some NyQuil, and ain't a bottle of NyQuil in the store. I asked the woman, where's the cold medicine? And she tells me, well, everybody in the world is sick, so there ain't none. Here we are. This is a repeat of where we were in 2020 when we ran out of toilet paper. Okay, guys? Do not get caught unawares. So as well as preparing for the weather, again, prepare for shortages, prepare for illnesses. Guys, stock up on the things that you need. I am sorry I forgot about illness supplies. I hadn't been sick till now, and when I needed some medication, there was none that I preferred to be found. So guys, while there is still time, while you can still find things, get what you need to prepare for lean times. Get what you need. And listen to me. Get what you need. Not get what your house can hold. Okay? Wastefulness and greed hurts all of us. Just take enough for you. Okay? So that everybody else can have some for themselves. If we would stop being greedy, there would be enough for everybody. Okay? But stock up on those supplies. Guys, this is the time again. Go ahead, go to Costco and get you one of them great big old things of toilet paper. Go on and do it now. Because if this XBB variant gets really bad, stores may have to close. So go ahead and stock up on things that you desperately cannot go without. Okay? Make a list of those things that you know you can't go one day without, and make sure that you have them on hand. i.e. TP. Okay? And you don't have to go crazy. So let's go ahead and see what Tarot has to say about the XBB COVID variant. What do we have? Is there anything that we need to know, Tarot? Tell us. Universe, Creator, Spirit Guides, please speak through me. Guys, be prepared. Be prepared. This is going to be a rough winter for sickness. This XBB variant is going to run through the population, okay? It is going to run through. We got a lot of swords. This is going to be hard and painful for a lot of people. Be prepared. Be prepared, and also be smart. If you get sick, mask up if you're going to go out. Don't spread it to other people, or stay home. Okay, if you can't stay home, put a mask over your face to slow the spread down. And this is what it is. Guys, this XBB variant, here it is. This XBB variant is because we refuse to mask. Had we masked up in 2020 like we should have, we could have been farther along. Some of these variants that we have would never have materialized. These variants occur because strain after strain is meeting and mutating in unvaccinated people, creating super germs. And then you have people who are undervaccinated. They got their first shot, but not their booster. Well, guess what? The germ gets inside of that body, which already has a little bit of resistance. The germ takes that resistance and keeps it for itself, and then mutates into something that your shot does not control against. This is how we get the super bugs, because people don't follow through. They don't complete their inoculation cycles so that the germ can be rendered obsolete. Instead, we feed it. We are under inoculated. So partially inoculated, which means we are not fully inoculated. The germ comes in. The germ mutates. The germ takes the protection that man introduced into the body and uses it. The germ uses that as protection for itself so that it can continue to infect others. This is the infection cycle, guys. Undervaccinated, unvaccinated people. This is how the germ gets stronger. And then it gets into the vaccinated population. And the vaccinated population, the inoculations are useless against the new and improved germ, the mutated germ. So guys, get your shots. Get your shots. We got to stop this ignorance. Inoculation is not the mark of the beast. Inoculation, if anything, is the mark of an intelligent individual that wishes to contribute to this planet. The people who remain unvaccinated are going to be the reason that we keep having these super viruses that are mutating and getting stronger and will eventually infect and just we'll be right back where we were in 2020. COVID is not gone. We're not in a pandemic anymore, guys. We are in an endemic. That means we are living in a COVID-rich environment. The disease has not gone underground. It has not been eradicated. We are just forced to live with it now. Prepare for a hard winter. Protect your children. And if you're coughing and sick, put a mask on. Don't just take some NyQuil. Stop the spread. Don't be selfish. Cover your mouth and nose if you're sick. If you're coughing and you have to be outside, be responsible to the rest of society. Cover your mouth and nose. Save a life. Save yourself. All right. Next question is from Denny. 2 days before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld announced that $2 million was missing from the Pentagon. Where did that money go? And guys, we know that $3 trillion is missing now. So from $2 billion to $3 trillion in a little over 20 years, that is some amazing work. That is a lot of money. Now we've gone past millions to billions to trillions. Okay? And I'm going to say this again. The amount of money that has been stolen from our Pentagon could feed, house, and clothe every single American on this continent for their entire life and still have enough money left over to feed, house, and clothe every one of their offspring for 100 years. I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. Where'd the money go? Where did the money go? Let's see. Terrell, please tell us. Where did that money from 9/11 go when it disappeared 2 days before 9/11? Oh my God, the first name that comes in my mind for entertainment purposes only is Dick Cheney. Was he in the White House then? Dick Cheney's name is coming off. Guys, oh my goodness. This was a planned attack. The United States knew this was happening. Where'd the money go? That money was siphoned off. That money had been siphoned off from the Pentagon for years. There has been dirty. But this is and we have to go all the way back. Again, we've got to go all the way back to Reagan. This is the corruption. Reagan and Nixon. The corruption started with Nixon. It just got finessed with Reagan. Nixon was the criminal element that got brought in. He didn't care. He was the little bullied kid. Nobody liked Nixon. So Nixon flexed his power. Nixon was literally a little Adolf. A little Adolf. That's what Nixon was. And he used his office to punish his political opponents, black people, Latinos. He wanted anybody who said anything, who spoke out against him. He hated the civil rights movement. Hated it. That's why he wanted to put as many black folks in prison as possible. Okay, this prison pipeline was finessed by him. This war on drugs, this is all because of Nixon. Criminalizing drugs that all races were using the same, but criminalizing it to villainize groups of people. He was anti-hippie. Again, anti-woke, because that's what the hippies were. Understand, when I say we repeat cycles, we repeat cycles. We are in a repetition cycle now. Here we are waking up, just like we were in the 60s. We were waking up. War is hell. Nobody should be fighting for resources. The same battles that we were fighting in the 60s, we are fighting again now. This is cyclical. Because we did not prevail then, we are redoing this cycle now. We have got to stop this. We have got to win this fight. Guys, what happened when we didn't come together during the hippie era? We had another world conflict. We had Korea. We had Vietnam. We had two of them. Okay? And here we are. The world stage is set for the same thing to happen again. It is cyclical. Until we change what we're doing, we will be doing this again 40 years from now. Okay, we've got to break the cycle. So we still got to ask, where did that money go? Where did the money from the Pentagon go on 9/11? Where did that money from the Pentagon go? That money went to some rich folks. That went to somebody who was already wealthy. That money went to, and it didn't go to an ally. That went to people who already had money. And I know this is controversial, but I'm going to say it. Parts of our government were involved in 9/11. Parts of our government were involved in 9/11. This attack on us. Americans murdered. Children's parents gone. in a breath. Volunteers, firemen, policemen, citizens running into burning buildings, trying to just help. Debris falling from the sky. And our own government had something to do with it. Was in the know. There's a lot of corruption in this country. There's a lot of corruption in this country. And we have, I'm an American, just like most of the folks out here watching are Americans. I'm not against my country. I am against corruption. I am against lying. I am against racism and hate. I am against just nastiness, which we seem to have a full plate of. We have to break the cycle, guys. We have to break the cycle. My next question is from Jose Mean. How will Hakeem Jeffries be as the minority leader? How will Hakeem Jeffries do as the minority leader? Oh my goodness, guys. First things first, there's going to be a whole scandal. There's going to be a whole scandal. Guys, I feel Hakeem Jeffries is going to do just fine as the minority leader. Guys, but this is about McCarthy. Guys, McCarthy may not be the speaker. Let me ask this one. Tarot, this is like in my head. Will McCarthy be elected the Speaker of the House for the Republicans? Will McCarthy... Come on, stop. Cards going backwards and forwards. Will McCarthy be elected Speaker of the House? He doesn't have the votes. He does not. He is going to be challenged. And it's not just by one. By the time January comes, there will be possibly two others who are challenging him. One crazy, and one somebody who is not on Team Trader. So it'll be a far right wing will be challenging him, as well as a center moderate Republican will be challenging. Hold on, let's go. What was that? What was the question? Will McCarthy be Speaker? See, we got yeses and nos. It's a mixed bag. Guys, this is going to come down to it. We got yeses and nos. A complete maybe. So, this is a maybe. For me, this is no. Okay? This is a yes. This is also a yes. This is a no. So we've got yeses and nos. So he is going to be making some power plays to try to get the vote, because he does not have a clear victory. He is going to have to make promises. He's going to have to sell out himself to where it is uncomfortable for him to get the speakership. And he's going to give away more than he gets to get it, if he gets it. And guys, here's the thing. If he does, it is so precarious that if he does get the speakership, it is going to be held over his head. His party is going to use his speakership to control him, because they will threaten to take him out of leadership if he does not do what they. This is messed up, guys. But I mean, this is them. They're, like I told you, they are eating themselves. They are eating themselves. They are about to make a mess of this whole thing, trying to control people. So here's what the cards are saying. McCarthy is going to face a whole lot of obstruction. He is not going to run unopposed. People are going to be trying to force him to make moves in the Senate to put people in positions of power so that they can turn this into a complete three-ring circus. All of these swamp things are going to show themselves for who they truly are. The final outcome, guys, is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? The final outcome. So this is karma. Karma is coming for these guys. They are going to get exactly everything that they have been paying into. They are going to receive out. They're going to get paid out with dividends. All the nastiness that they have done is going to circle right back around and come pop them right dead in the face. Guys, sit back. It's not over with yet. Again, get your popcorn, get your Snuggie. Get your popcorn, get your Snuggie. Get out of the splash zone because it's going to get nasty again. But you're going to see the whole Republican Party going after its own doggone self. My next question is from Must Be Heard. Must Be Heard says, what will happen with the protests in China and with Xi Jinping? Okay, now, I haven't read on this in a couple days. So, now, the last thing that I had saw was still about Foxconn and the police being set on the protesters. I know in Hong Kong and in Beijing, the protesters were out en masse. And this is one of the first times where it's been televised that the Chinese citizens have stood against their leadership. What does this mean for Xi Jinping? Is there a change happening in China? Will the Chinese citizens stand up to communism? Will the Chinese citizens stand up to communism? Oh, guys, we are in a change. Oh, my goodness. Okay, first things first, Xi Jinping trying to control everything, trying to control the thought, trying to control the money. And this is what it is. Control the narrative. Keep everybody. That's why China doesn't want anybody to know what's going on in China. And does not want the Chinese to know what's going on anywhere else in the world. You keep your population ignorant, you can keep them under control. Now, everything broke loose when they decided to show the football games, the World Cup. And the Chinese citizens saw the whole world not masked up. But they are still locked down, unable to leave their homes, unable to socialize, unable to live any type of a life. They are completely controlled. They work, they eat, they sleep. That is it. They go home. Whole swaths of communities have been on lockdown continuously for 3 years. We can't understand what this means as Americans. We do not understand what it means for somebody to lock us in our house, for us to not be able to just go to the 7-Eleven to get a soda pop or a cookie. People starving to death in their houses, doors locked, barricaded from the outside. People arrested, beaten for venturing out during quarantine. This is what the Chinese have been living under. So, what will happen? Guys, we're going to see death, but we're going to see death because people are protesting. And we're going to see the government eliminating its people. We got the tower. This is a time of change. This is a time of change for the entire continent of Asia. The entire continent. Because this change is not just occurring in China. Guys, this is also occurring in Iran. The Shah has now suspended the morality police. You know, and what does that mean? Because they're out there killing the future of their nation. How can you call yourself a great and benevolent country when you kill your children, your future? Because the only thing that furthers a group is its offspring. When you start murdering your offspring, you eliminate your chances of moving into the future. Old things die. You need new things to replace them. Iran is about to understand the folly of its ways. And then everybody else has got to understand how Iran got where it was. They weren't always wearing burqas. Nah, that's because of us. Those women are subjugated like that because of the United States, because we sent our troops over there wanting their resources, wanting their plutonium, platinum, oil, gold, whatever is under there. We wanted their resources. So we went over there and destabilized their doggone governments, put radicals in office. And that's what we did, guys. We did that to them. We, the United States of America, is directly responsible for every woman who is wearing a burqa or hijab in Iran. That is because of the good old United States, guys. We went over there and destabilized their government and then put fascist, religious fascists in office. We put them in power to subjugate those people just so that we could reap the benefits. Understand what we do. Understand what is done in our name. And understand why we have got to stand up and fight. We have got to right these wrongs. They were done in our name. We cannot sit back and say, oh, well, I didn't know. And this is why they don't want you. They don't want to teach you accurate history. They don't want you to know. This is what Ollie North didn't have nothing to say about. Okay? This is what Reagan was doing, selling arms to criminal groups to destabilize other areas so that we could put crazy people in positions of power so that we could manipulate them in other countries. Same thing in Venezuela. Yeah, we had our hand in that too. And then when it doesn't go our way, what do we do? What did we do to Japan? Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We destabilized the planet. All right? We can't hide from what we do. All right? So, must be heard. There's going to be death. But people are going to stand up. And people all over the world have got to stand together and stand against tyranny. All right. January 6th committee and 45's taxes. Will anything come of this? Yes, guys. Yes. And 45 got found guilty on all counts in New York for his tax evasion, or his company got found guilty. Guys, some more folks are going to go to jail. This includes his children. This is old Eric right here, because he is the CEO, CFO, whatever. That's who Daddy put old Eric over that. So he's the next one that is now facing some prison time. And people had been asking, where's old Donnie? Where's old Don Jr.? Where's DJ TJ? Where's Eric? Are they running? Do they know that they're about to face the Reaper? Yes, they do. And this is where we have got to keep our eyes on it. They're going to try to do everything they can to stay out of jail. But the time is ticking, guys. The time is ticking. We ain't going to have to wait too much longer. I feel it. We ain't going to have to wait too much longer at all. And guys, who brought him down? Letitia James, a black woman. Yes, she did. All right. My next question is from Elena Gentry. This is about Elon's Neuralink. 1,500 animals dead from test trials from Elon's Neuralink. Dead. FDA is looking into Elon and his Neuralink. Guys, Elon wants to be God. His Neuralink is his. You are letting somebody cut a hole in your skull, attach a computer chip to your brain. You have no idea who's controlling, who programmed, or what directives are in that chip. They want this mass produced. Stick it in everybody's head. Make everybody a good little robot. There's a whole bunch of cautionary films on this. You know, there's one about this spaceship where they put these things around people's necks and you went past a certain part, your head just blew off. So they didn't even have to have no prison guards because they just had to have poles. If you went past this pole, you were out of bounds. Nobody was going to chase you. Your head just blew up. So now we're going to let somebody cut a hole in the top of our head. Understand, right where our pineal gland is. This is where the Neuralink is going. That's where our pineal gland is. That is your connection to the universe. Elon wants to replace that with a computer chip so that you will never have control over your life again. Okay? He's under investigation. It has killed 1,500 animals. That's a lot of animals in a test study to kill. Okay? So, what's the question? Why and what will be the outcome of Elon's Neuralink? Will Elon's Neuralink become a mass-produced worldwide thing? Will people voluntarily implant themselves with this? It's not even safe. I mean, they've had some success on people, but no, they've been lucky. And what they did and what they're saying are two different things. There's a lot of lying and deceit in here. Everything that he's saying it does not do. And it causes more damage than it does good because it interferes with the body's normal system. So you have to override the body's normal operating system to get this Neuralink to work. Your body has to surrender to the machine. And if your body doesn't surrender, then everything's out of whack. It does not work. You'll die. Oh, here we go. What's the outcome of the Neuralink? Oh my goodness, guys. And it's going to be a fight. Elon's doing this. He wants to take over the world. But he is going to be successful in getting this to market. People are going to be wanting to put this in their body. And there's going to be a whole bunch of groups fighting saying, no, don't do this. But because this is free will, he's going to have to do some work on it. But the FDA is going to approve this. And it will be available for people to voluntarily implant. It ain't going to be safe. But yes, people are going to relinquish control of their minds to Elon Musk. What is the world coming to? And that's exactly what it is. You are surrendering your consciousness to a man. And this is his, I want to be God. Understand, those chips are programmed. You put that in your body, it overtakes you. Somebody outside of you can turn you into a weapon, can make you kill people, kill yourself, harm other people. You become an android, half robot, half human, hybrid. This is what he's trying to do. Guys, this is the beginning of a sci-fi movie. And unfortunately, we're past the beginning because there's already robots that look like people, feel like people, sound like people. And I don't believe in no replacement theory. Why? There doesn't need to be people. If there's robots, well, there doesn't need to be people. The robots don't need us. If they can repair themselves and make themselves, they need humans for nothing. So it's not a replacement thing. You know, because then you got to say, well, the humans did it to themselves. They built their own replacement. This whole thing is just insane, guys. It is nuts. All right, I'm going to keep going. This is just crazy. I mean, we're really literally at the iRobot phase of our life. I mean, Will Smith, all this stuff that we've been watching on television, in the movies for 30, 40 years. It's right here, guys. The future is now. The future is looking at us. The future is on your phone. Her name is Siri, or her name is Hey Google, or her name is Cortana. All those AIs, all of those learning robots that can interact and talk with you preemptively, intuitively, try to figure out what you're going to say next. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Don't be scared of this stuff. Just pay attention. Pay attention. So, what is going to be the outcome of Neuralink? Got the same cards. Okay, I had already answered that question. I was wondering why the exact same cards came back. Okay, answer that question. Next question is from Genealogy Junkie. Putin fell down some stairs, and when he hit the floor, he had a brown puddle about him. He soiled himself when he fell. I'm going to do a health reading on old Vladimir. Universe, Creator, Spirit Guides, tell me what you can about Vladimir's health. He soiled himself after falling down. What is the state of his health? What is the state of Elon's health? Oh, his health is poor. Oh my goodness, guys. Elon's health is poor. Elon is fading. He is losing. He is losing his battle with his cancer. It's not gonna be long, guys. He is suffering. I just have to say this. Vlad is not healthy at all. This latest thing where he fell and soiled himself, showing that he has no continence. He has no continence. We talk about Donnie Boy wearing a diaper. Yeah, Vlad is now having to wear a diaper. He is going to curtail his leaving. Everything he's going to do is going to be filmed from his residence. He's not going to risk going out anymore. That was the ultimate embarrassment for him. He shit on himself. It wasn't a colostomy bag breaking. He pooped himself. When he fell, he lost his bowels. He is ill. Everything inside of him is liquid. Just liquid. He's on such a cocktail of drugs just to keep him upright and looking. I mean, he's hollow. fallow. He's ill. I feel like he's got an odor about him. The smell. There, he has a odor. The stench, I guess, of death creeping in is on him. So he has a scent because he's literally, his things seeping out through his pores. He has a smell. The death smell is on him. Guys, Vlad, Tarot doesn't tell me dates. But Vlad, I got so many 5s and 6s. Guys, I believe he ain't gonna make it through 23. He will not make it out of 2023. Vlad will be an afterthought. He is seriously going downhill. He is seriously going downhill. Okay. My next question is from Beautiful Girl. Will the U.S. seize Russian oligarch Andrei Skop's super mega yacht? Oh my God. Google this thing. It's a floating freaking island. It's enormous. Will the U.S. seize Andrei Skop's mega yacht? It's ridiculous. Thing takes up half the doggone ocean just to sail. Who needs that? Will the U.S. seize Andrei Skop's mega yacht? We got a yes. Look at this. It's going to be the end for this yacht. Here it is. Yeah, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. I think they're actually going after this one. This one is a trophy. So, yeah, they've actually got people out there scouting for where this is. So when it comes back into international waters, it's going to get jumped on like a pirate ship. They're going to literally pull up beside it, pull over, jump on, and seize it. They have got people flying around looking, they're called spotters, looking for these mega yachts. There are people that are in the Air Force and the Navy, and they are searchers, spotters, looking for these mega yachts. These people have these yachts. They have taken them as far off grid as possible to try to hide them in on private islands and waters where in non-international waters. Andre better be careful about moving his yacht, because as soon as he hits international waters again, somebody gonna try to come aboard and relieve him of that super mega yacht. My goodness. Whew. All right. My next question. 2,500 seals were found dead along the Caspian coast. 2,500 seals were found dead along the Caspian coast. What is it called? This is a direct cause of global warming. The warming oceans, the rising tide, and the lack of fish. Those animals their habitat is compromised. There's not enough shelter. There's not enough food. The water is too warm. The water is too warm. And this is the beginning. We are going to see swaths of sea life dead because the sea is becoming inhospitable. For the ones that live in the upper part of the ocean, the water is warm. The fish are dying. There's no food. There's no food for them. That's what's happening along the Caspian coast. This is global warming. The water rises, the water warms, the sea creatures perish, and the ones that feed on the fish are starving. There's not enough warm water, not enough food. And then we've got red blooms, algae. There is so much toxic. There's toxins. And people, this is us. This is us putting our sewer in the ocean, pumping our sewer into volcanoes. That water comes out somewhere. You can't pump raw sewage into the ground and expect nothing to come of it. I'm sorry, guys. But there's going to be more of this. My next question is from Diane DL. And Diane says, sometimes I'm driving or walking, and all of a sudden it will seem like time has slowed down. What is happening? Ooh, girl, that's when you are being completely present in yourself. And that is something that when that happens, stop, breathe, and understand that you have taken yourself out. You are seeing the veil. You are seeing the reality of our existence. Some people call this deja vu, okay? When you have that weird sensation that you've done something or been somewhere before. But when that sensation of time stopping and you just kind of being stationary while everything is going on around you, be mindful at that moment, because that is where you are at your most present. You are literally one, mind, body, and spirit, to where you have extracted yourself from the humdrum monotony of the everyday life, and you're seeing it go on around you. Pay attention to those moments. Listen. What is the universe telling you? What are you being guided to do? Look around. Look down. Look up. Pay attention. We get spoken to by the universe all the time. We have to learn the language so that we can see what we're missing. Take stock in those moments and just understand that is where you are at your most present. You are actually not a part of the program when that happens. You are in your most authentic space. Your thoughts, your feelings, your pure existence. Okay? So, and guys, with these times happening, with the synchronicities of numbers, things are happening. We are being guided to change. Your thought processes, the way that you feel about things, the way that you want to attack or go after things, for a lot of us is changing, is maturing, growing. We are getting pushed to step into our next phase, and that's what this is, our next phase of existence. But we have to see and understand where we've come from and to know where we're going. And I hope I'm not talking in circles, but pay attention to those times where you feel like you're disconnected from everything else, because you really are. And that is the time where you are truly standing in your most authentic self. All right? Okay. My next question is from Jules C. Will Harry and Meghan divorce in 5 years? Will Harry and Meghan divorce in 5 years? Guys, so many people are just put so much negative energy. Oh God, how would you like it if this was your marriage and the entire world had something to say about you and your spouse, and other people were making bets on how long your marriage was going to last? How utterly inhumane are we? You know, and you got a whole bunch of people who are just dead set against Harry and Meghan having a happy life. And guys, I hate to, for all you haters out there, I hate to break this to you, but Harry and Meghan really love each other. Breaking news to all the bigots. Meghan and Harry actually really, really love each other. So much so that there may be a third little Mountbatten Windsor making his appearance. Gonna be another little boy. Another little boy. They're not done. No. No. Meghan and Harry will not be divorced in 5 years. Meghan and Harry will not be divorced in 5 years. In fact, they will have another child, possibly two. They are going to keep making those little biracial babies. And they're going to love on them and do everything for them. No, Jules. As much as people want that to happen, no. Harry is going to show the world what fighting for your spouse, protecting your family means. Harry is going to do for Meghan what Charles did not do for Diana. And Harry is going to let the entire world see it. And he's going to tell the whole world that he loves his wife, regardless of what anybody else has to say. He loves her, and that's all that matters. And basically, he's got both middle fingers up telling everybody else, kick rocks. It's his life. He will walk away from power and money and fame for love, for companionship, for something real. Because his mother did put that in him, and his mother loved him. And he loved his mother, and he loves his wife and children. No, Jules, Harry and Meghan will not be divorced in 5 years. They be having more babies. My next question is from Ann Harding. She wants to know, who might the orange dinosaur, old Donnie boy, choose as a running mate in 2024? Oh, guys. I'm going to keep saying this because I don't know why, but I still feel old Donnie and DeSantis are going to be on one ticket. Okay? Old Donnie boy and DeSantis. And I think this is just because they're both in so much trouble that this is the only thing they're going to be able to do. But I'm going to say, I keep seeing this, that DeSantis and Donnie boy are going to try to be the ticket for 2024. Because DeSantis don't want to go against Donnie, and Donnie don't want DeSantis going against him. Okay? So if they're on the same ticket, guess what? The whole Republican Party votes for that ticket. Since they don't care, they only vote for party. They don't vote for, good reason. Don't vote for the best person. They just vote for who's got that letter behind their name. And if both of them have that letter behind their name, that'll put them two in a position of power to where they think they can get away with all the crimes that they have committed. I'm going to stick with that, guys. As much as everybody says, oh, they hate each other, the this, the that, Donnie got Ronnie his job. As much as they want to play and bluster, until somebody goes to prison, they are both a threat. So, and I'm going to say it right there. Death sentence. If Donnie is still a free man in 24, and if he's on the ticket, I believe that ticket will say Donnie and death sentence. That'll be your ticket. Because both of them will be trying to save their hides from the fire. All right? And I'm just going to put that right there. Everybody says no, no, no. I say yeah. Think about it. Get the whole party. The ones who don't want Donnie will still vote for Ronnie. And if he's on the ticket, guess who they'll vote for? All right. My next question is from Spirits Beyond the Stars. And Spirits would like to know, was the GOP behind Abraham Khan's resignation for sexual misconduct? Now, Abraham Khan is Letitia James's chief of staff, is an attorney, and he has stepped down, resigned for sexual misconduct. He says that he is innocent of all crimes. Spirits Beyond the Stars would like to know. He was accused by 2 women. Spirits Beyond the Stars would like to know, was the GOP behind this resignation? Was the GOP behind these women making allegations of sexual misconduct from Abraham Khan? Was the GOP behind this? Oh, guys. Kinda, sort of. Abraham Khan is not an angel. Number one, not an angel. People taking liberties, thinking they ain't gonna get caught. People being nasty at work and then getting reported. Abraham Khan had been messing with not a bunch of people, but had been inappropriate and thought that it was okay. And then it turned around and bit him in the butt because he was doing stuff at work he shouldn't have been doing. And whether it was consensual or not, it was at work and it's against the rules. And that's exactly what he got caught up in. So he's playing touchy-feely slap tickle. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. All they had to find was somebody who he played slap tickle with at work, and they found 2 of them. And now he has resigned. So is the GOP behind this? In a roundabout way. But is Abraham Khan guilty? Yes, he is, because he didn't keep his hands to himself. Whether it was consensual or not, he was messing around at work and he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and now he's been told on, and now he's out of a job. Keep it in your pants, guys. That's what happy hour after work is for. If you got to get with a coworker, don't do it in the office. And don't do it if you're married, because it's going to come back and get you. All right? My next question. There were 5 Dems, including Sinema and Manchin, who were voting with the Republicans. How many are there now? How many Democratic traitors do we have? And I know, Taro, I'm asking you for a number. If you could give me a number, that would be great. How many traitors are in the Democratic Party right now? How many Democrats are aligned with the Republicans in our House and Senate? I'm not getting no numbers here. Oh, there's the first number. I get an 8. But we got a whole bunch of major arcana. The guys, the thing is, there are Democrats who have aligned themselves with the Republicans, not just Sinema and Manchin. There are more that are hidden. And I'm going to say this, they are in the Congress. They are in the Congress that we are going to have to watch. But right now, not in the Senate. We just have Manchin and Sinema in the Senate right now that are traitors. But we have some, possibly 8 in the Congress that had something to do, aligning themselves with the Republicans. So I'm going to say that possibly 8 spirits. Okay, my next question is from Georjean Thias Hill. Did 45 have anything to do with Biden's vehicles exploding? Was this an attempted assassination? And will this happen again? Was 45 involved in the explosion of Biden's vehicles? Was this an attempted assassination? Oh my goodness, look who shows up. That is a big old yes. Yes and yes, guys. Yes and yes. Old 45 had something to do with it. And yes, it was. Yes, it was. That was to scare him. That was a scare. And that's why the engine blocks of all 5 of those vehicles, that's why the charge was put at the front of the engine box. It was because they didn't know which car he would be in, or who would be in what car, or none of that. So they did that that was a huge warning. A huge warning. And that warning was, we can get to you. You are not untouchable. Yes, 45 did have something to do with that. Planted the seed, whatever. Yes, and it was an attempt. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Again, we have to be thankful that these people are not intelligent, because this is literally what it comes down to. These people being too incompetent to do things correctly, we have to be thankful for. And the fact that Biden has guardian angels out the yin-yang. Yes, he does. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, that was a yes. Let me see. Here we go. My next question is from Snoopdoggiedog. Snoopdoggiedog would like to know, when Pelosi went to Taiwan, all that was a whole that was a bubble about to pop. China was threatening to start a war if Pelosi landed in Taiwan. And she landed in Taiwan. And at that same time, Pelosi's husband was on trial for his DUI. So Snoopdoggiedog would like to know, he wants me to read on Pelosi's Taiwan trip while her husband was on trial for drunk driving. Now, I don't even know how to ask. Terrell, please just tell us what was going on. Tell me what was happening. Give me the scenario. What was going on with Nancy Pelosi when she went to Taiwan when her husband was on trial? This rich folks stuff. She wanted to distance herself from it. Okay, guys. First things first. Again, these are rich people problems, okay? Rich people problems. This man gets himself into all kinds of shenanigans. Number one, we're just going to put it that way. Him and Nancy, married as they may be, live 2 completely separate and different lives. Nancy does her thing. She was out doing her power play, being who she was. He was out there partying, living it up, getting caught, and then having to face his own consequences. Paul Pelosi lived a whole double life. I have to keep saying this. Paul Pelosi is a freak. I hate to say this. He has his own private life that does not include Nancy, okay? He be doing his thing, and he does things that are reckless. And Nancy was not going to be sitting there as the dutiful wife at his trial. They ain't even like that. What they show in public is basically, this is money. This is a rich couple. Ain't nobody leaving because they live their lives the way they want to. Their vows between them, we'll just say it, their marriage is on the openish kind of a way. For him, not so much for her, because she's just not interested. But don't put nothing past her either. Don't put nothing past old Nancy. If she want it, she can get it just like he can. And they don't want it from each other. So these are rich people problems. But she didn't care nothing about him getting his DUI. Didn't care nothing about it. She wasn't going to be standing there worried about whether he was going to have to do time or not. No, they have enough money. That wasn't going to happen. He'll wear his little electronic ankle monitor like other rich folks do and not spend no time in jail. He'll be on house arrest because that's what he got. Fines and house arrest, and he can't drive his Bentley. But no, when she went to Taiwan, that was all on her. That was her agenda against. She was thumbing her nose at Xi Jinping, basically telling him that he can't tell her what to do. She didn't care about her husband. She knew nothing gonna happen to him. They had expensive, high-powered attorneys that were gonna make sure that his DUI was just that, a DUI. And that's what it turned into. You know, what other people get for DUIs, rich people don't get that same thing. Now, he may be wearing an ankle monitor. That's the extent of his conviction. But, now, Nancy's trip to Taiwan was her own power play. That was her thumbing her nose at Xi Jinping, telling him he can't tell her what to do. That was literally a dare. I double dog dare you to do something if I land. And that's why she landed, because she knew they weren't going to do anything. That would have been the kickoff to World War III. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. That was the last question. I made it through and still have a voice. Ooh, hopefully I didn't put y'all to sleep. But there it is, guys. All right. Weather report and earth report. Now, I'm an empath and I feel earthquakes, and I can't tell you where they are. I can tell you that they are. And guys, for the last 3 nights, my bed has been just a bouncing. So I am feeling these earthquakes moving. Be prepared, okay? If you're in a single story structure, not a whole lot to worry about. Just know how to be safe. Earthquakes happen quickly. However, if these earthquakes, and like I had been saying, there's going to be some volcanic eruption. Again, these earthquakes hit these volcanoes and start these volcanoes into the eruption cycle. This is what we need to be prepared for, okay? And now we do need to be watching. We need to watch Mount St. Helens again in Washington. And we also need to be watching Yellowstone. And this is a serious one, okay? Be prepared in the event that Yellowstone becomes active. So I'm just going to put that right there, okay? Because I don't even want to go there. But this could be something that we need to be aware of, and if you are in the direct vicinity of Yellowstone, prepare for, okay? Just pay attention. Guys, please, pay attention to the USGS, even though they're not being completely honest with us. Watch Dutch Sense, DUTCHSINSE, Dutch Sense on YouTube. He is an excellent earthquake forecaster. Okay, and we are in swarms right now. The weather as well. It's like the perfect storm. So we've got these weather systems that are moving across the United States. It's going to be snowy and cold for a lot of the Midwest. And then along the South, guys, be prepared. Texas, your power grid is shaky. Please, please prepare for power outages. Prepare. Get what you need to be able to keep warm. Extra blankets, pile them up somewhere so that they are where your family, because guys, I am seeing that people are going to have to be huddled together for warmth. Learn how to condense a room to keep it warm. If your power grid goes out, I'm begging you, please prepare. Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, prepare for power outages, for extended power outages. Prepare, please. Okay, guys? Okay. And guys, if you get sick, again, I'm going to say this. Mask up if you're going to leave the house and you're ill. This triple threat virus that is going around, this COVID with the flu and RSV, is going to devastate areas. It's going to devastate supermarkets, places of business. So protect yourself so that you don't get sick. And then make sure that you're stocked up on supplies, especially cold supplies and medical supplies in the event that you do get sick. Okay? You don't want to be like me, sick and then out there looking for cold medicine and there's none. All right? I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I need questions for Friday's live show. I love you guys. Namaste. Happy Wednesday. Bye-bye.